So knowing the little bit I do know about government spending in cards, I do know that some government entities, they provide cards to individuals, but they allow them to repay the money that's spent. And so whatever outside costs that they may incur, as long as they pay it back, it's not a problem. It's like that with a lot of federal agencies, and I'm not sure if this is the process here. So what I don't want to do, I don't want to demonize anyone without having any set receipts of what's going on. So if this lady, if she went and she purchased these items that they're naming, but if she reimbursed the city, I don't want to sit up here and demonize her. Before I talk anything else about this, say anything else, I want to make sure that we have all of the facts. So I'm not against the investigation, but what I'm against demonizing someone without knowing all the full facts. So if she replenished the funds for those items, that's just what it is. Then we've been paid back. But I just wanted to put that on the record. You know, everyone is innocent until you're proven guilty. So if we conduct this investigation, we definitely see what it is. But I don't want to put forth that narrative that someone is already guilty before we do any kind of investigation. It's totally unfair. Thank you.
Anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so I don't know of any governmental agency that allows an employee to use a card to purchase personal items. I just don't. And I don't know of very many businesses who would allow the same thing. So I am in favor of the investigation. Thank you.
My name is Brandy Curtis, and I'm the operations manager at Flint DDA.
Well, hi, Brandy. We've heard your name before.
You have.
Okay, my question was, there were funds, I know that we're requesting to have $560,586 is what the DDA needs, or else it's not going to continue to be in existence. So my question was, the funds, did we ever get the funds on how much was returned back into the DDA's account?
Are we talking about credit card usage?
Credit card usage.
Okay. I actually have from our legal department an actual letter for you guys that got sent to us today, so I have copies of it here to give to everybody.
Could you please give it to the clerk?
Yep.
And then while you're walking, I can hear, I know that you're not on the mic. Did it give a breakdown of it, Brandy? Because my clock is running.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. We get 5 minutes.
You're okay. So inside of that packet, what it tells you is there is a designated number, and in that number, how much of it was over budget expenditures and what was spent on personal usage. It does explain with that employee who is no longer with us, what is coming about with those additional fees.
Does it state how much that employee put back in there?
It does not, because we need her written approval to do so, but I can take that back to
So
our
how do
legal.
why do we have to have her written approval when it was city money?
Because of the fact that it was with her being employed there, according to our legal, without her written consent, we cannot give out that delegated amount of money.
With the P card? So what, do I need to FOIA it? Because I've done that before.
I can get that for you, yes.
Yes, because that is important. Because one thing we're trying to, which the public wanted to know.
Correct.
I was made aware of this, and I don't know if they started off that it was $35,000. How much credit card usage was there?
By the time we were done, the total number was $20,336.75.
Could you say that again, please? I write a little slow.
No,
Sorry.
you're okay. It's $20,336.75.
So I am requesting through you, Madam Chair, to Mr. Kim, I would like to have a copy of how this was returned, going to be returned, if it was a payment plan or anything else, because I don't even wear eyelashes. I use my own. And we shouldn't have to pay for people's beauty products, their shopping trips. That's not the city and the residents' responsibility.
Correct.
And so,
Just, council member, if I could.
yes,
The law department doesn't provide legal counsel to the DDA. They have their own separate counsel. So you'd have to make that request to the DDA, which I
Okay,
believe
so
that she
can
said
the-
that she's,
Can the city clerk get it? Because y'all have a process. I think when we ask, y'all want people to jump through all these hoops. So to the, Madam Chair, to you, to the city clerk, can I get that? Can we get that, please? What is the payment? Because we were told by the councilwoman in the second ward, she put that 20,000 back in there. She told us she did. So I would like to see where that $20,336.75 was put back, because we didn't have knowledge of it. I mean,
Request for information.
Please, what's the
No,
request?
okay.
Okay.
I'll request.
so, Madam Chair, if you could get that, that's through you, that's the proper channel, so we need to ask the DDA attorney
I'll take the floor.
about those funds, because it was at 35,000, I believe, and then went through, and people try to act like Tanya Burns is not telling the truth. I know what I'll be talking about. I know. So, Brandy, thank you.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Councilman Pfeiffer. You do have the floor.
We have demanded reimbursement from the former employee for the full amount of the improper charges, but have yet received reimbursement.
So I would just like to add to, so before, again, we started talking about the money incurred on the credit card, we need to make sure that we're fair and make sure that the money might have been paid back. I don't know. So I don't want to keep beating that dead horse without proof that monies have been paid back. I just really want to be fair on this. So when the investigation comes out that council agreed to launch, then we can be very accurate. But I don't want to hurl things at the former DDA director that's not fully factual. She may have purchased those things, but as I stated before on the record, different agencies. I know Judy said that she didn't hear one. Well, I can name many federal agencies such as the Department of Labor who allocate credit cards, and if you pay for what you spend on it, that's what you spend. But when you don't pay for your personal items, that's when an issue comes about. So again, we do things in an antiquated way in the city. We do things very antiquated. So when the investigation come out and we get a full understanding, then we can be more targeted in what we're saying. But I don't want to demonize her when monies may have been paid back. And again, this also shows that we need to investigate their policies, because we don't know if they even have any regarding this. All right, so thank you, Madam Chair.